Hi, here you can see Zeiss office building in Mūkusala. It's a newly built one, but there used to be optics factory of Carl Zeiss before World War I, and this first building was built originally in 1912. This is now a replica, but it was built from reinforced concrete, and for that time it was one of the more advanced office buildings, but it's not really, this is not about that. As you can see, there's another office building sort of attached to it now. It's more about how this Mūkusala business district, which is located here, is accessible or will be accessible to Rail Baltica, a new Torņakalns train station. There was some thoughts and discussions in skyscraper forums, so I just wanted to go all the way and see how walkable is to go from here, from Mūkusala business district to new future train station in Torņakalns. This is one of the business districts in Riga. Maybe not the biggest one, but they are growing. They have new plans. They have recently built this office building which I showed you in the beginning, and there are some Soviet buildings repurposed, some warehouses, but there are some pretty decent companies like Cognizant is there, and the Delphi, Latvian version, like internet news portal, and I believe there were some others, more prominent companies. But yes, this is it used to be like rather remote corner in this area, but we are now moving towards the new pedestrian and bicycle bridge, which also was finished just a few days ago, just to check how it is. And yeah, as I said, developers of a Mūkusala Business Center have big plans for future. There will be multi-level parking and new office buildings. So I really hope that sometime in future this huge parking lot here disappears, so we can have more buildings also in this area, right on the both sides of this small ditch or river, which the bridge was built quite recently over. But yes, as you can see, there are some warehouses, there are some office buildings, and now here is the new bridge. So if we go here, pedestrian and bicycle bridge. So we are moving this Mukusalas area, we are going over this small waterway, and on the other side you can see in the distance there's the University of Latvia campus, which is being built out. There are two buildings, they're building the third one, but this will be quite bigger. And on this side there are the dorms, and they also building a few apartment buildings on next to these dorms. So this area itself will see a lot of development in future. So the train station, which as I said is the main goal for us today, is also moved some few hundred meters from its old place closer to the university campus, so it will be better accessible for this new district and for the campus. And there's also the bicycle path, as you can see. And yes, and further away you can also see the National Library of Latvia, that triangle building. So it's actually a district with a lot of promise for future. But here's no pedestrian crossing now, so I'm just crossing the road here. And actually, yeah, I think I will go all the way around the campus buildings, because there's construction of the third building here for humanities faculties. So there might be some blocks that I cannot go right through to the tracks, but I think I will go right around these buildings, and I will not lose a lot of time, and I think that it should still be pretty manageable to walk to the train station in a rather short distance. So yes, here you can see the buildings of the university, National Library in the distance. There's also this bus stuff, which should be, realistically, should be better. I think it was already introduced here like a couple of years ago, maybe 5 or more, but still hasn't been improved. So there's also some stuff to do for Riga City to actually this Bauska street here should also be repaved, at least in this section, because, well, as it is with Riga, there's a lot of issues with the streets now, and years of neglect, and God knows when it will all be sorted out and we'll see a good streets, at least most of the streets in good quality. But yes, we are moving forward through the, again, parking lot of University of Latvia. I think in future they too should have like multi-story parking or something like that. Well, this is not really parking, this is some kind of a square here, but there are also the parking area there. I was filming this in the very early morning of Saturday, so there's maybe not that many people here, although there are cars there and a single bicycle or two. And yes, moving forward. As I said, in future this area should see a lot of development. Like the university will have a lot more buildings, not just these three, and also more dormitory buildings, some apartment buildings, and the Mūkusala business district will also plan to build some office buildings. So it should be, if not packed, then there should be a lot of activity going forward in future. And since also the Rail Baltica project will go through here, and this train station will be built for regional trains, not only for Rail Baltica but also for other like regional trains. It will be moved closer to this area, so there will be a lot of activity. But currently there's nothing. There's just this path which I'll be going here, so it's a bit more wild, so to say. No infrastructure, although the students are using it, so they haven't bothered with it yet. But yeah, and Rail Baltica is also coming in a few years, so really sad that in many areas it is like that railway is neglected, and we see that students are using it here, and this path, and going from the old train station place to the university, but there's nothing done in sense of infrastructure. And you can also see the old train here, again, our electric trains, which will be soon hopefully replaced by Skoda. And as you see also, there's not much in terms of safety here, no kind of fence or something like that, so yeah, it's pretty wild sometimes. You can just go follow some kind of path here, and then turns out that there's a pretty heavy actually train traffic, because all the trains going to Jelgava and all the trains going to Jūrmala, and which are the commuter trains which are leaving and going pretty frequently, they go through here, so it is how it is currently. But that's pretty much it. We are like 8 minutes 30 seconds in the video, and I'm actually already pretty close to the new place where the new station will be located. So I would say that if it's 10 minutes, if it's a bit more than 10 minutes, it's pretty walkable. People actually can go like bigger distances with train, and then they can go to the offices in Mūkusala, let alone university, which is really close. So I don't think that there's like a huge issue. I know that we had debates that maybe the station could be moved even closer to the river, to the big river, to Daugava and to Mūkusala, and maybe that would be also helpful. And well, maybe it would be some kind of an improvement, but currently, as the plan is still, it's pretty walkable. I would say it's not at all worst thing that could happen. So yeah, this is pretty much, I guess, where the new station will be located. And some people in the distance are still like probably walking to university or somewhere in that direction, and the new train is coming here. So yeah, people are using this path, as you can see, and there's no infrastructure. There's some kind of a almost a swampy area, and then you can see in the distance the building of the third University of Latvia house. or Humanities building. And in the distance, there further on, you can see also the old station where the train stops, or the current station which is located there. So it's also not far away, but yeah, it will be moved much closer to around this area when Rail Baltica comes.